good morning, Carbondale. How are y'all doing today? Thank you so much for tuning in to WDBX 91.1 Community Radio for Carbondale and the world. You are listening to Talk of the Town. I am your host, Eva Fisher. I have some wonderful guests in the studio with me today. I have Gary Kinsel of the SIU Cannabis Science Center. Hi, Gary. How are you?
Doing well, thank you.
Wonderful. And I have Dena Haun, our Tourism and Special Events Coordinator for the City of Carbondale. Hi, Dena.
Hey, thanks, Eva, for having us. We appreciate it.
Yes. Anytime Dena and I are in the room together, we are known as Diva. If you haven't heard that official title yet, now you know. Before we talk about today's interview here, we're going to be talking about the SIU Hemp Cannabis Symposium and the Hemp Hops and Shrooms Festival that's going to be held in downtown Carbondale this coming weekend, y'all. But let me tell you a couple other things going on. One of those is that this Wednesday is the 10th SIU Day of Giving. So on Wednesday, September 17th, SIU will be hosting their Day of Giving, encouraging folks in the community to give back to SIU. And this really covers the whole gamut. You can give to whichever department, really pulls at your heartstrings. Give to SIU in general. Those funds will be allocated. And yeah, it's really exciting. It's just been a huge time for SIU. They have been named one of 21 U.S. universities that are at the R1. This is the Research 1 status and opportunity. This is a huge deal. So SIU is really just, kind of on the map more than ever at this moment. Exciting week last week. Charlotte Thompson Suler came. They dedicated the new journalism and advertising department in her honor. The first time that a classroom and all of that has been named after a woman at SIU. And yeah, she was just a real heavy hitter in journalism and marketing. And Bob Odenkirk came into town with his brother, Bill Odenkirk. They had an amazing time engaging with students at SIU, talking about media and film, television, theater, all of that. And then, I got to do a sold-out performance at the Varsity, a really awesome Q&A hosted by HD Modal. So it's just really so much is bubbling over, and we see that abundance, but they cannot keep that abundance afloat without the help of our community and our alumni. So check out SIU DAY, that's siuday.siu.edu for more info on the SIU Day of Giving, or visit, social media. You can go to the SIU Foundation page, the Alumni Association page, or the Southern Illinois University Facebook page at large. I wanted to give a general shout out to the Carbondale Park District. If y'all haven't seen, they just have so much amazing programming going on right now for youth and adults. Lots of after school classes. They have their recreational softball tournament is just kicked off for adults in the area. And they're offering some cool new opportunities for camping and outdoor opportunities. So check out the Carbondale Park District. And then another general site to guide you to is CarbondaleHalloween.com. We're in that motion, y'all. It's fall, the air is crisp, we're getting spooky here in Carbondale. So visit CarbondaleHalloween.com. Go ahead and check out that itinerary of all the amazing things that we have lined up, including the Carbondale Halloween Homecoming Music Street Festival on October 24th. But before we get to all of that, we have a weekend full of events upon us this coming weekend. So, back to our conversation now about the SIU Hemp Cannabis Symposium and our Hemp Hops and Shrooms Festival. I'm so tongue-tied this morning, y'all. Pardon me while I wake up here with ya. So guys, yay! This is such an exciting thing that's really unique to our area and really unique for a university and city to be able to come together and have this really fun, educational, entertaining opportunities around hemp and cannabis and fermentation and mushrooms and all these amazing things. So Gary, the first part of it is this Hemp Cannabis Symposium hosted by SIU. So let's get into that. Do you want to tell folks your role within this event and your role at large with the SIU Cannabis Science Center?
Sure. So first off, I guess I should say that
A little closer.
I am currently the director of the SIU Cannabis Science Center. That was a center that was established about 5 years ago. And, you know, we have a number of faculty at the university that are working with hemp in all different sorts of ways. We have agronomists who are working with it. We have weed scientists who are working with it. They're working in controlled environment agriculture. They're working in row crop types of situations. I think my goal, if there is one, is to try to see hemp reemerge as a agricultural crop here in the state of Illinois, and especially in southern Illinois, since that's where we are.
Mm-hmm.
It has a lot of potential as both economically as well as for improved agricultural yields and things of that nature. So, and if you look into the history of hemp, it's amazing the number of things that can be made with hemp. Prior to it being made illegal back in the 30s, or re-illegal back in the 30s, hemp was used for all kinds of different things. And so I think now that we've gotten to the point where hemp itself can be is legal, then I'm really eager to see products be developed, and the agronomy be developed, and the whole economic cycle be developed. So that's what I'm trying to do. So
yeah, absolutely. Well, what a great mission. And pardon me, I'm going to just zhuzh that a little closer to you.
Yep.
Wonderful. Yeah, it's huge. There is so much that goes into it. Not just okay, fine, we're talking about hemp and cannabis, but no, there's so much impact with just this one plant.
that is true. Yeah, I mean, well, of course, I guess with respect to the Hemp Cannabis Symposium that we're running this Friday, I think it's it shows a bit of the evolution of the Cannabis Science Center. We've moved from something that this is our 6th one. So just
Cool.
to give you the sense that we've been doing this for a while,
Mm-hmm.
but we've moved from something that was primarily very, very local. Now we've got speakers from across the country that are coming in. We've got David Lakeman from the state of Illinois, who's coming in from the Department of Agriculture. We've got policymakers and so on and so forth. And it's become quite popular. We really are getting a very good registration and large turnout for this event.
Yeah, that is so fantastic. What can I want people to know kind of who this event is for and what people can expect from it.
Okay, sure. So it's a bit of a mix. I mean, last year we had a group of folks that talked a lot about the genetics of the plant, and we had a group of folks that talked a lot about policy and public health. This year we have a little bit focus on policy and public health, but a lot more on policy this year. And so there's folks that are talking about policy with respect to the national level as well as at the local level. And then the other sort of focus is more on agronomy, growing the plant, and we hope to have a few exhibitors there who are going to talk about some of the uses of the hemp fiber itself for various things. So who would find it of interest? I mean, if you have any interest in hemp as a agricultural product, we certainly will have folks there that know how to grow it, and we'll be talking about how to grow it. We have a lunchtime presentation that's kind of came in at the last minute. A guy by the name of Andrew Bish, he's coming from, I think it's North Dakota, and he has a very small hemp, what's called a decorticator. This is the device that takes the hemp plant and turns it into the first step of turning it into the fiber and the hurd, which is the chip material that comes out of it.
Okay.
And he's going to demonstrate one because he's got one that he's bringing with him.
Cool.
So you get to be able to see how this is done and what it looks like.
That sounds really neat. Oh, fantastic. Yeah, so really a huge learning opportunity here for folks interested in the matter. And this is an event that you need to pre-register for.
Yes,
Yep.
yes, and we are getting quite full at this point.
Okay.
So I would encourage people, if they do want to do this, they need to try to register fairly soon, otherwise it might be difficult to get in.
Yeah, can we give them that registration info, where to guide them to?
You can find it on conference services at the university
Great.
website, SIU website. So go, SIU website, type in conference services, and there will be a link there that goes to the Hemp Cannabis Symposium.
Fantastic. Yeah, and we've shared about it on our Carbondale, Illinois tourism page as well. So if you are on Facebook, you can visit Carbondale, Illinois Tourism. We have information on there, or on Instagram at Visit Cdale. So yeah, lots of places to find info on this. Yeah, very fruitful symposium. I'm so excited, from a tourism standpoint, the new people this is bringing to our region. Like you said, you are getting, started really local, and you're branching out. You're getting these speakers from all over the nation. Are you seeing, over the past few years, a kind of wider footprint of people traveling for this symposium?
I think so, yes. I mean, we're getting folks, this year, for example, we have some students coming down from Northern Illinois University.
Great.
The faculty member would have come, but unfortunately he had another, conflicting appointment. But there's some activity in the hemp manufacturing area up in Northern Illinois, and some of the students are going to come down and present some posters on some of the work that they've done. We're getting some folks to come over from St. Louis. And of course some of our speakers are from Kentucky and Utah. So yes, the footprint is, I think, expanding from where we were a few years ago.
Yeah, how cool, how cool. I love it. What's it kind of mean for SIU to get to hold a conference like this, and to have the Cannabis Science Research Center be able to facilitate this?
Well, you've already kind of mentioned it. I think it's beneficial to the university that we gain some recognition and notoriety for the work that's being done there, and the broader that goes to other states and people in other parts of the country, the more recognition the university gets. And so that certainly is beneficial, I think. Just having folks around the country say, oh yeah, SIU, I've heard of them, they do work in this area, this is something that they seem to be known for. So
Yeah.
I don't see a downside to that.
Oh yeah, absolutely, definitely not.
Yeah, I even like to just add in the team that you've cultivated over the years and have gathered. I know one of the presenters and folks that are engaged with this cannabis symposium, as well as the hemp hops and shrooms, is Dr. Jose Lene, who is flying across the globe and going to all these other conferences and speaking engagements, and really, giving that SIU footprint, that notable mention across the globe. And so I think just that strengthening of the teams and the assets that we have here in Southern Illinois, but the ability to then go out and share that story, share kind of us as a model on what is possible when you line your assets together, and really seek those opportunities for engagement and education.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. Hey, if y'all are just tuning in, I am talking to Gary Kinsel of the SIU Cannabis Science Center, and Dena Haun with Tourism and Special Events for the City of Carbondale. So we're talking about the upcoming weekend. SIU is hosting their Hemp Cannabis Symposium on Friday. And then on Saturday, we have the Hemp Hops and Shrooms Festival in downtown Carbondale. So Dena, let's launch in a little bit into the stay and play aspect of this weekend.
Yeah, so we, have cultivated this beautiful community programming piece that started, before I was even part of the city, as an event to foster folks to stay in the region after the symposium, and then to unlock kind of a second stage, right? So being able to dive into some of the other areas that you may see with hemp, which would be hops and shrooms. fermentations. And so we are working with the SIU Fermentation Science Institute as well, with the Cannabis Science Center and research component, as well as some local mushroom growers, so Flyway Family Farms, to really deliver that top-notch programming piece to the community. So traditionally our concerts for Off the Rails start at 6 p.m. and go until 9. However, this Saturday we're kicking things off earlier. We're starting at 3 p.m. with some presentations and demonstrations all around these topics.
Yay! Oh, it's just so much fun. I love it. And yeah, this is a free event on Saturday, open to anybody. We'll have our food trucks and our vendors. And yeah, like Dena said, we're going to have some demonstrations and presentations. Do you want to tell us what a few of those might be?
Yeah, so we have the SIU Fermentation Science Institute coming in together to deliver a presentation called Terpene or Not Terpene? That is the question. So basically this is an aromatic introduction and exploration on the aromas around fermentation and different hops.
Cool.
So really excited about that. I know that we're also working with Dr. Jose LeMay, like I mentioned before, and his team to deliver some education for both a demonstration and presentation on optimizing that control, the environmental control for indoor cannabis cultivation. So really getting that hands-on experience to see this equipment, hear about this equipment, and then, ask those questions to the experts that will be on site. Really excited for Flyway's involvement as well. Mike Hatfield, he's going to be running a presentation on mushroom production for food, profit, and fun. And then Jessica, Mushroom Mama, she's going to be able to give you a hands-on demonstration with cooking with mushrooms, also on those tinctures as well. And then again, back to what Gary was mentioning about hemp. We have Dr. Carla Gage coming in to talk about hemp for fiber in food. So again, just tying in all those pieces together to really tell that full story.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, and it's just so cool to see this partnership grow between SIU and the city and get to bring this full-on educational, entertaining weekend to Southern Illinois. And yeah, I'm just so grateful that we are the community we're able to foster something like this and keep it really engaging and welcoming for everyone who likes to come to these.
Yeah, I'm excited for the growth too, and again, just those opportunities, because we're providing this platform of education and then the family-friendly component. We're talking all ages. When you talk about mushrooms, there's the adaptogenic mushrooms that we're looking into. So nourishment for your family and how you can take that to the next level.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the music. We have such a great lineup of bands for this event. Sturgeon Friends and Cult Ball and the Get Down.
Yeah, it's going to be a great time, and we're really excited too to see the impact that these programming has in the region. So I know last year we ended up having to relocate indoors just due to the weather that came through, and we saw guests come from Cape Girardeau coming out to this specific event because of the workshops and presentations. And so it's such a great measure to see just how our surrounding communities can also join in on that fun. Like Gary had mentioned, our footprint started locally, but it's grown, and we're seeing that time and time again when these visitors are coming to Carbondale for that full-blown experience. They're making a whole day out of it, maybe going to the farmer's market ahead of time. I know there's plenty of other events going on in our community too, such as the Art on the Square. I believe the Sola Syndicate has their Pharaoh's Boxing Club doing events as well. And so we are hearing that feedback that people are coming to Carbondale strictly for the programming opportunities that we are all, cultivating together.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great place to learn, and the opportunities from SIU, the whole community gets to reap the benefits of those, this weekend being a prime example of that.
Yeah, I think this is isn't this our fourth year?
It's our fourth year,
That's what I thought. I mean, it's just a thrill. I mean, we've been very excited to always participate and sort of coordinate these two events. It is sometimes a challenge to figure out how to get everything to work at the same time, but the facts are it makes for a really exciting combination event for folks that want to come here and stay for both things. We certainly advertise the Hemp, Hops, and Shrooms as, stick around, and there's going to be fun stuff to do on Saturday. And I know that the Hemp, Hops, and Shrooms certainly does a great job of letting people know about our symposium. So
Yeah.
I don't know, I think we work really well together, and it's a great opportunity.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that too. It's really been great to see how it's grown, and then also just identifying areas of growth as well for maybe our 5th annual for next year.
Yeah.
So just being mindful of those growth opportunities. And then again too, we see a lot on our end is, we're all much stronger when we work together. We see that a lot directly from engagement on our social media, and so really just fostering that whole community connection with the university in Carbondale. It's been so fruitful to watch continue to grow over the years.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a great symbiotic relationship. Growing as fast and strong as the hemp plants we're talking about, huh?
Absolutely, I love that. Have fun. And then also too, like Ari mentioned, we'll be on site at the Cannabis Symposium as well, engaging with those guests, getting to learn from these experts, and we're really excited just to bring that energy downtown Carbondale. We're located in the entertainment district as well, so for those that want to go and maybe tour some of our other venues, our other businesses, maybe stop, get a bite to eat on your way to the Hemp, Hops, and Shrooms event, it's all encompassed in that downtown area so that you can seamlessly go from one establishment to the other to make it work for your schedule.
Yeah, yes indeed, yes indeed. Yeah, and folks will get to see the growth of our new venue being built. It's right there on site where
exciting.
the rest of this festival is taking place.
Yeah, and we've also invited in some other folks to join us. I know this year a new addition for Hemp, Hops, and Shrooms is going to be Touch of Nature. We'll be on site with their mobile rock climbing wall.
Yes.
So again, just giving you that well-rounded time in downtown Carbondale.
Yes, absolutely. Super, super fun stuff.
And we've also had some help too, growing the awareness around this. We're really excited to work with Illinois News Joint, which is an Illinois editor that helps fill in information around the hemp and cannabis scene in Illinois.
Cool.
So they've worked with us to help promote and push out information on this event to their crew, and so we're excited to see all those events be popping up throughout our state as well. And so I believe they'll be out at the event as well. So
We'll have lots of cool vendors on site. Some of our local establishments, Grow Up will be there with a tent, with product helping people grow whatever type of plants they want. Lots of great people to nerd out with at these things. You can get all the information you need.
Yeah, and including our sponsors. For the Off the Rails concert series this year, we've been super grateful to have Key Cannabis Dispensary as one of our sponsors, as well as the Wellness Center in Carbondale.
Yeah.
So excited about that engagement too, with some of those local, businesses being able to be on site and answer any questions for guests as well.
Yeah, totally. And we work with Carbondale Main Street to produce all of these events. So if you are interested in doing a little more than just attending, we are always looking for volunteers for these events. So if you want to, you can still sign up to volunteer at the Hemp, Hops, and Shrooms event, as well as the rest of our Off the Rails concert series. So visit CarbondaleMainStreet.com if you're interested in volunteering with us.
And what's cool about the volunteer shifts is you receive a free I Heart Seedale t-shirt. So if you've been seeing those images pop up online, of some of our locals wearing those iconic shirts, you can get yourself one of those shirts by, rolling up some sleeves, helping us a little bit at the events. And
absolutely.
You too get to wear your I Heart Seedale shirt around the Dale.
I love it. Yeah, each event has been easier and more fun because we've had more volunteers and the work goes by, boom, just like that. And then you just get to enjoy a fun concert.
Oh, most definitely.
I love it. We've got about 5 minutes left, y'all. I would just love to hear, maybe how this symposium or this festival, something that has stuck out to you over the past few years from it.
Past few years. Goodness. mean, I kind of touched on this, but I'll go ahead and, hit it home again. But really the impact that it has regionally. So not just in Carbondale locally, I'm talking about regionally, where we're able to bring in guests from all over.
Yeah.
I know Gary mentioned this too with the guests at the symposium on campus and how that's grown. But honestly, to me, I love that we're sort of that model of what it looks like when two entities can come together, not only to cover this fully from the academic side, like Gary and his team has, has done so in a very professional setting, but where we get to lean into that play component as well. So more on that recreational side here downtown Carbondale. So yeah, just seeing the growth over the years is really exciting to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
So for me, this little story I would tell is we've had David Lakeman, who is from the Illinois Department of Agriculture, come and speak. This will be his 3rd year. And when I told him that we were asking him to come and speak again, it would have been earlier this last spring, he got all excited. He said, "This is the funnest thing I do all year long, so I'm excited to come down."
Yay.
He was thrilled to death to be able to come and speak, and come down to Carbondale and speak
That's awesome.
and be part of the symposium. So that made me feel good. I was like, yeah, all right, good. I'm glad we're doing something that he enjoys and other people enjoy. So yeah, literally, funnest thing I do all year.
Oh, that is
so
fantastic.
What an impact,
Yes.
I also love how we've grown too with the symposium on campus over at the Grauer Translational Center. That's where it's held again this year.
Yeah, that's right. That's a good point that you make. We're holding it once again at the Gower Translational Research Center. It used to be called the McLafferty Annex because that was where they had the books when they were storing them during the library renovation. That building has now been largely transformed into a new research facility, and it has a large meeting space, and so that's where we're going to hold the meeting. We'll be offering tours of the facilities and get a look around and things like that. So
And this is
there's
a
plenty to see.
world-class facility.
Yes,
I
it
mean,
is.
it's,
Yes,
you're
it
talking
is.
about research university. This is where it all happens. And so being able to have this symposium, it's just iconic, really. It's part of the future, and we're on that growth, onward and upward here, and really paving the path in the industry. So really excited to be able to show off that facility,
Definitely.
especially to some of these other universities that are coming in. Again, looking at us as kind of this model, this pilot, if you will.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, and it's very exciting for me to be able to show these facilities off because myself and others, we all had a role in trying to bring this thing to realization. And it's really just at the beginning. I give a little plug. We just got funding from the Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity to set up a commercial kitchen in there. This
Beautiful.
will allow local folks who are making cottage industry level food products to then move up to the next level, which would get them to the point where they could start doing retail sales.
Yeah.
It's a design right now, but it has been funded, and we expect that maybe by the time the next symposium is held, we'll actually have the facility in place.
That's so exciting. Well, thank you two so much for coming on and joining me today, Gary, Dena, and yeah, folks, check it out this weekend, Friday, September 19th, the SOU Hemp Cannabis Symposium at the Gower Translational Research Center, which you will need to pre-register for that. And then the following day, Saturday, September 20th, in downtown Carbondale, the Hemp, Hops, and Shrooms Festival, kicking off with those demos and presentations at 3 p.m., music starting at 6, and we'll party on until 9 p.m. So thank you two again, really so much, appreciate it. And thank y'all for tuning in today. Have a great one.